On a crisp, breezy Tuesday morning, Miss Jenny's sneakers slapped rhythmically against the sidewalk as she finished her usual power walk. She wasn't in a rush, but she felt good, alive, healthy, and ready to keep the momentum going with a stop at the local gym. The glass doors slid open with that dramatic whoosh, and she stepped into the familiar scent of sweat, rubber mats, and disinfectant. She headed straight to the treadmills, earphones in, playlist ready. That's when he happened. Mr. Kenny. Kenny wasn't the gym owner, trainer, or even a decent human being. He was just a regular member who thought his pale skin came with a built-in throne. As Jenny started jogging beside him, he did something so dramatic it could have won an Oscar for pettiest performance in a racist role. He exaggeratedly pinched his nose, scrunched his face like he just inhaled expired milk, and stepped slightly away. His beady eyes darted toward her with disgust. Jenny froze. It wasn't sweat, it wasn't her. She knew exactly what he was implying. Her stomach knotted as whispers rippled across the room. A couple of people raised their phones, hitting record, drawn by the scent of drama. Jenny's throat tightened. Hot tears welled despite her willpower. Kenny smirked, enjoying his little show. But then, out of nowhere, a tall blonde in a neon sports bra yanked out her earbuds and said, "What is wrong with you? You budget toothpaste model." The gym suddenly wasn't just watching, it was waking up. If you're enjoying this story so far, smash that like button and hit subscribe. You're going to want to see where this humiliation train goes next. The blonde woman, later introduced as Sarah, didn't just stop at one insult. "Seriously, Kenny, are you 5? Or just mentally renting a toddler's brain for the day?" Her voice echoed off the mirrored walls, and the ripple of chuckles from bystanders only made Kenny's ears redden like overcooked lobsters. Kenny tried to recover, waving his hands as if swatting away her words. "I'm just saying, some people should be." But Sarah cut him off so fast you'd think she'd been training for it. "Should be what? Invisible? Out of your personal, white-only cardio zone? Hate to break it to you, Kenny, but segregation died with your hairline." People in the gym were no longer pretending to work out. Dumbbells were lowered mid-rep, treadmills slowed to a crawl, and even the guy in the corner grunting through squats was leaning in for the drama. Cameras were everywhere now, little red recording dots flashing like warning signs. Jenny stood frozen, wiping her tears, the humiliation still raw but mingling with something new, vindication. A couple of other members started chiming in. "Yo, man, that's foul. Why you acting like she's radioactive?" "Yeah, Kenny, what are you, nose police?" Each jab twisted the knife deeper. Kenny's smirk had vanished completely, replaced with a tight, twitching jaw. He was cornered. "Look, I didn't mean..." But the crowd wasn't having it. One man shouted, "Apologize! Now!" Another added, "And make it sound like you mean it, not like you're choking on gluten-free bread." Jenny blinked, realizing the tables had turned faster than a bad Tinder date. If this chaos has you hooked, drop a like and hit that subscribe. Trust me, Kenny's day is about to get way worse. Kenny's Adam's apple bobbed like it was trying to escape. He glanced around the room, searching for a sympathetic face, but every pair of eyes was either filming or burning through him like microwaves. Even the receptionist had leaned over the counter, grinning like she'd just been handed front row seats to a courtroom drama. "Apologize," Sarah repeated, folding her arms like a judge who'd already decided the verdict. Kenny muttered something under his breath, but Sarah tilted her head. "What was that? Speak up, Kenny, or are your manners as weak as your biceps?" The crowd laughed. Jenny, still sniffling, caught herself smirking. Kenny finally spat out, "I'm sorry," but it landed flat, lifeless, mechanical. Someone in the back shouted, "Boo! Do it again, but this time with feeling, Shakespeare." More laughter erupted, bouncing off the mirrored walls. Now, under the hot lights of humiliation, Kenny's face dripped with sweat. Sarah stepped closer, lowering her voice just enough for the cameras to pick it up. "You see, the difference between you and her is she showed up to improve herself. You showed up to remind the world you're still the same playground bully, just older and uglier." Ouch. The crowd roared. One guy even yelled, "Damn! Fatality!" like they were in a Mortal Kombat match. Jenny's embarrassment was slowly being replaced by a strange, warm satisfaction. Kenny wasn't just being called out. He was being dismantled piece by piece. And yet, this was just the warm-up act for what was coming. If you're still here, Slam that like button and subscribe, because the next part will taste sweeter than revenge itself. Kenny tried to bolt for the door, but the gym had turned into a human barricade. Phones were still rolling, and someone had even gone live on Instagram. Viewers were pouring in by the hundreds, commenting things like, "Drag him!" and "Racist Kenny about to trend." Sarah wasn't done. "Oh, leaving so soon?" she called out. "But we haven't even gotten to the part where we explain to the internet why you think skin color smells." Kenny froze mid-step. The color drained from his face faster than protein powder in a blender. Jenny stepped forward for the first time since it began. Her voice trembled, but her words were sharp. "You thought you could humiliate me in public? Now I'm making sure the whole world knows who you are." Gasps and oohs rippled through the room. She gestured toward the crowd. "Post it. All of it. Every angle. Every word." Within minutes, Kenny's name was in hashtags. Screens around the gym lit up as people showed Jenny their uploads. One member even tagged his workplace in the post. "If he can close his nose in a gym," the caption read, "imagine what he's doing at work." Kenny stammered, "No, no, you don't understand." But Sarah cut him off again, smiling wickedly. "Oh, we understand perfectly. You just don't like the mirror we're holding up." By the time he finally escaped, the internet was already chewing him alive. "Jenny?" She walked back to her treadmill, hit start, and ran like a queen who had just reclaimed her crown. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed watching this downfall. Justice has never looked so satisfying.